Whoa, I think we're live.
Are we live?
I think we are.
How,
So let's put on our headphones, Molten. Hey guys, you are just joining us. Everybody's doing something. We're doing nothing. The podcast.
I like it.
Welcome. Okay. I will hit record. No metronome. I'm Tara Erickson. You guys know this idiot. What's your name?
I'm Steve Moulton. You might know me as Big Steve Moulton. People often think I'm born to party a lot. I don't know where they get that idea from, but it works for me, I guess.
That's your hashtag.
Oh, yeah, I keep writing it on hashtags for the last 4 years.
For the last 4 years, look at you.
I think so.
Okay. Check. Oh, okay, they are working.
Do we gotta get right up on the mics like this?
No. You can do whatever your heart desires, Molten. I gotta log into YouTube to make sure you guys aren't already commenting on stuff. I see a blob up there. Let me fix the framing super fast.
All right.
Oh, guys. There we go. Better. Okay. Guys. We're here. We're doing it. It's a podcast. Welcome. Molten, how do you feel?
Feeling pretty good. You know, it's Monday.
Yeah.
I had a pretty relaxing and also busy weekend. Somehow I managed to get relaxing and busy into the same weekend. I don't know how I did it.
Wow. Relaxing and other things in one weekend. Look at Steve Molten. Okay, cool, guys. Listen, I told Steve Molten that he needed to listen to the podcast Dr. Death. Now, for you guys in here, hi Reggie, hi Kaiser, hi EJ, hi Patrick. Have you guys listened to the podcast Dr. Death? Because we're going to talk about it. And then after we talk about it a little bit, you guys will Yeah, Steve thinks it's terrifying.
It is terrifying. Which I was already a little afraid of to begin with.
I agree.
And then it's just a really gross and horrifying story of complacency and surgical nightmares.
Complacency. Good word, Molten.
Thank you.
Good word. Hi, Fan Theory. If you guys don't know, Dr. Death is a podcast that talks about this guy who got on the Texas Board of Medicine. Lord knows, I don't know. It's crazy. And he only did 120 surgeries, thousands. Nobody knows how he got through, but he's also on drugs and alcohol and a sociopath.
Yeah, definitely a narcissist. Definitely on drugs.
Yeah.
And probably benefiting from good old-fashioned white.
Oh, white privilege. Yeah, man. And we're both white, but we might have a little bit of white privilege. Maybe growing up because we didn't have horrible childhoods. Technically, we all have, but his was extreme.
Yeah, I mean, he's literally screwing up in epic proportions, and yet people are just being like, well, he can still be a doctor.
Yeah, hey, guys, you gotta listen to this podcast. It's so good. I just don't understand how his best friend, whom the Dr. Death is
talking
what we're
about
calling
Jerry,
him.
right?
Hi, Brett. Hi, Fan Theory. I'm talking about Jerry. Is that his name? And you can take this off if you want.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. I have stands here, guys, podcast, mic stands. Desk.
Mini mics.
But they're awkward. It's like, let's just mic it up, hold it more comfortable here.
I'm
right?
cool with that.
Hi, Army. Okay, guys, so the podcast is definitely called Dr. Death.
Ooh.
Yes, and saying, how is this doctor disabled his best friend? In that email he wrote an email being, I'm gonna just become a cold-hearted killer.
Right.
He wrote that to his receptionist.
Read the whole entire email.
I think they did on the show.
I'm trying to remember.
It's in the first episode, guys. A lot of stuff goes down. There's 5 episodes now available, and we're going to hear what the trial is this Thursday.
Dang, already?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
I think they're going to see what's happening there, because he's a sociopath.
And I came in late to the show, so I got to binge all of it in one day until this last episode. So now I'm extra charged up to get episode 6.
To get 6 on with it. Guys, you got to go listen to it. But also, do you think? I think that him, who was paralyzed by him, I would have liked shit out of him. Sorry to curse.
Hopefully, there's still time for him. Who knows if he has any money left to his name for? But yeah, crazy. In fact, I don't think he does, because I remember there was something about how he had to call his dad and ask for some sort of bailout on something because he was probably so many drugs with all his.
Yeah, and then also stole up like $900 worth of stuff from Walmart and then tried to just get out and think he wouldn't be caught.
Yeah, that's a pretty
person. Really I don't know what I feel like now. I'm writing off all doctors from Texas. He's ruined them all. I'm not. You went to Baylor? Forget about it. You study in Texas? Forget about it. Don't touch me. Don't come near me. Don't look at me. Don't talk to me. No.
Sorry, Dr. Texas.
He ruined it for everybody. Yeah, it's bad, but that's the truth right there.
Yeah, I did think there was something poetic about the guy's real name being, his last name being Dunch. Like, hey, this is Dr. Dunch. You can't trust a guy named Dunch with a scalpel.
I agree.
Dunch is like, if somebody had rhymed with Dunch, you would call them Dunch to make fun of them for whatever their last name really was. And his last name was already that.
I also feel like it's very close to Dutch, where you're like, let's go Dutch on it, and everybody hates those people.
Right.
But well, if you're on a date.
On the other hand,
yeah.
The movie Dutch, starring Ed O'Neill, great movie.
Great movie.
And every time they would say Dunch in the podcast, sometimes it sounded like they were saying Dutch. And it would make me think of Ed O'Neill trying to get across country in time for Thanksgiving.
Oh, boy.
And I'd laugh.
You'd laugh just by yourself in your car listening to podcasts, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd laugh away. Steve Moulton here.
Thinking about Ed O'Neill.
You got to tell him what Steve Moulton is going to be. Are you allowed to talk about the TV show you're going to be on or no?
I think I am. I saw something on IMDb last night that made me think I'm probably able to do it.
Well, you better tell the idiot army who's listening now what show you're going to be on, Steve Moulton.
Guys, I'm going to be showing up pretty soon on an episode of Shameless.
What?
On Showtime. Shameless, keep an eye out for me.
Yeah.
Tall guy yelling at a woman.
That's fun. Was that fun?
It was fun. I don't usually yell at women. Definitely some acting that I had to do that day.
Oh boy. He really had to do some true acting there.
Had to crank up the acting skills and yell at this nice woman.
Didn't you also get a tattoo?
Yeah, I got 4 tattoos put on me, and now I have shaved arms because I had to shave my arms. That was a lot of fun.
Does it get itchy?
Yes.
That's the worst, right?
Yeah, I try not to think about it too much.
Do you feel like you want the tattoos back?
No, I'm okay with it.
I feel like if I had them, I'd be like, nah, I want to keep them.
I don't know.
I don't have any.
I had 4 of them. It took a while to get all 4 of them off, and now that they're gone, I don't miss them.
He doesn't miss them. Wow.
I
feel like, hi, Della, you made it. Hey, Brett. I think I already said hi to you guys. Yeah, you need to get on Dr. Death Shenanigans. Okay. Also, Jurassic Park t-shirt, just real quick, is pretty rad.
That is
I was actually with Steve Moulton at Universal Studios when I got this t-shirt. You remember? I got it in line when we were going up to the Jurassic Park ride before it was closing to be renovated.
Oh.
And I was like, this t-shirt, I need to get it.
It's a great t-shirt.
It's a good tee.
It's got the vintage look. It's got the vintage logo.
It's got the vintage logo.
We're living in Jurassic World now.
Yeah, get out of here, though, Jurassic World. I'm saying whoever's walking around with a Jurassic World t-shirt, it's like, no, the first one is the best. You got to have t-shirt from the original, and then I communicate with you, and then we become friends. You got Jurassic World on there. I mean, I liked the first one. It was fun, but no, can't be doing that.
Look, coming from a guy who's wearing a 10-year-old t-shirt that he designed himself.
Wow. What is this design,
I got to tell you, you can't fight the future.
Just to describe it's like a V and something else.
And like a crescent moon. So like 10 years ago, I was in a play in Hollywood. I'm so sweaty. I got this humidifier thing over here.
You want here, I'm going to get you a towel, Moulton.
Casting towel. All right, I'll tell the story.
You tell them the story.
So if you can see this t-shirt here, I made it purple on black because I was playing a character that was sort of a a Batman proxy in a play about superheroes. And I got to design my own costume. So part of that was I had to come up with my own logo. So I used a crescent moon. It looks like the letter D. Ooh, now I get to dab myself like a mid-19th Southern lawyer.
Yeah, there you go. Nice.
And I'll tell you, he shall inherit the wind, or however that line goes.
Sweat towel, you've got it.
Just dabbing the forehead. Oh, you turned it off, thank you. Yeah, so my name was Dark Venger. So I designed it with a crescent moon, looks a little bit like a D, and then a big V on it. And then one day I was on the set of Waking.
Ooh, that's
starring Tara Erickson here.
Yep, me and Moulton met.
We did.
And you were continuing your story
yesterday.
though.
So yeah. I was on set. They wanted me to wear this shirt, and I was doing a scene with Allison Hayslip, and she goes, "Why do you have a Diane von Furstenberg T-shirt on?" And I apparently didn't realize I had designed a logo that looked a lot like
Diane von Furstenberg. She's logo. A fashion lady, right? I think so.
I would guess
I'm not into
I don't know if she designs XX T-shirts all that often. But
I don't know about that either. Hi, Muppet Stooges fan.
Muppet Stooges fan. Happy birthday, Jim Henson's birthday.
Ooh, today?
Apparently that's today. My buddy Sean Hackman hit me to it earlier.
Okay. Look at that. Hi, Universal Jazz. Thanks, guys, for joining and listening in. Scooby-Doo, Jaleel White is back as Steve Urkel in an episode of Scooby-Doo next year. Ricky Gervais, Penn and Teller, and Kenan Thompson will be on as well. Wow, Scooby-Doo is coming again next year. Do you know anything about that?
I don't know anything about that.
Me neither.
Here's the thing, though. There have been iterations of Scooby-Doo happening for years that we just haven't tuned into because we're not kids. We don't watch Scooby-Doo anymore.
Right.
But there's pretty much always like a new current version of Scooby-Doo happening.
I agree, I guess, right?
Like
I mean, I'm not really. I guess I would check it out. Jaleel White. I mean, that's.
Up with the Scooby-Doos. I'm not a Doo head, but
yeah.
I like the sound of it sounds like they're doing quite a bit of stunt casting there.
I guess so. I mean, I'll tell you, when I see Scooby-Doo at Universal Studios, I'm like, I don't need a picture.
No?
No.
I got a picture with him and a bunch of my buddies. It was me, a bunch of my buddies, Scooby, and Shaggy in front of the van.
Wow, you did the whole thing. See, I'm just like, you know. I didn't really watch it growing up, the show, Scooby-Doo.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fun, but
we're also getting new Flintstones and Care Bears shows, too. They'll be on the Boomerang streaming service. Wow. All right,
new
Muppet Stooges.
Flintstones.
I feel like Muppet Stooges works for Boomerang.
Muppet Stooges, are you working for Boomerang?
Hi, Della.
And should you be telling us these things?
Right. I know, right? Are they like on the download? We're just hearing about it now. Okay, what else should we talk about, Moulton?
There's so much to talk about.
Yeah, right?
Let's see. I started a new podcast.
Yeah, oh, right, you did. By the way, the title of this podcast is Everybody's Doing Something. We're doing nothing. Me and Steve Moulton, we're just here to chat, talk about our lives. That's the title of this podcast, so welcome.
I feel like it counts as doing something.
Yeah, I mean, kind of, but really, what are we doing, honestly? What's your podcast? Tell them, Moulton.
So my show is called What You Been Up To?
Wow.
And so far there are 2 episodes available. I'm taking it real easy, not rushing it, because I'm a very busy guy. And as Tara can attest, anytime I try to schedule anything, a bunch of other things pop up that are auditions, bookings,
and not the podcast.
What have you, and then I gotta postpone everything I just planned and handle that stuff that's actually crucial to my career. The podcast, on the other hand, I can just show up with my cell phone. We record right on the phone. Biggity Bam podcast.
Biggity Bam, wow. Is that what it's called? Biggity Bam?
No. It's called What You Been Up To?
Dude just says they already announced. See, he just likes to talk about stuff. Us too. I mean,
like
that's why I have a podcast. You know, we're just sitting around doing nothing, chatting.
I appreciate that.
Chatting away, guys.
Yeah.
What did the neighbors say? Have you ever been a victim of, like, not a victim, but have you ever been involved with anything true crime?
Sort of.
Was it?
When I was in high school, there was a really big sort of fist fight between my school teamed with another school is a third school. And these guys from the third school, I'm not going to say any titles, I'm not going to say any names, they would come into the one school's neighborhood.
Yeah.
And if they caught anybody of high school, they would, if they couldn't just beat the hell out of the guy, they would just kick the ever-loving hell out of his car while he tried to get away from them. So then,
wow.
One day around Halloween, these two kids who were kind of younger guys among the whole group had borrowed one of my buddy's cars. He had a really souped up. This was in like the you remember in the 90s how everybody was like, yo, you gotta have super bass coming out of your trunk, you gotta have neon ground effects under your car, all that. So he had his car just all done up in 90s teenager fashion. Really nice. These happening. I don't know why he would lend them their car. One of them had somebody else's dad's gun on him while they were in their buddy's car. They get surrounded by these dudes from the other town who had come over looking to kick some A, and they're like, we can't let them kick the crap out of our buddy's car while we're in it. And the one kid rolls down his window and opens fire.
Wow.
Yeah. It was pretty terrible. It was a pretty terrible event.
How many people died? Did anybody die?
I don't know if anybody died, but I do know at least 2 people got hit. One of them was in very critical condition. I honestly don't know whatever happened.
Did the kid go to jail?
He went to jail. And this is on record. The police know about all this. So the person that was driving, got him away from there while they were, opening fire. They got the hell out of there, and then they pulled off somewhere. And the person driving was like, you're an idiot. I can't believe you just shot all those people. You have to shoot me in the arm to make it look like you threatened me.
Oh, yeah, to drive the car.
To drive the car away. So the kid with the gun is just like, you want me to what? Bang! Wow. Shoots
a kid in the arm.
Him in the arm.
Okay.
And they all, the cops see right through it. They're just like, you're all effed. So they all got in trouble.
Did the other kid go to jail too, the kid driving the car?
I'm pretty sure.
And how many people did he shoot? How many kids?
I think only 2 got hit. But this was a town where, like, they're very much just, like, keep everything quiet.
Right.
Keep the crime rate low, you know what I mean?
Right. What about those kids from the third school? Did they stop beating up cars then after that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that put the end an end to the whole mess.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really ridiculous. Like literally one night, a bunch of us were hanging out. The way this all started, a bunch of us were hanging out in front of this dude's house one time, and he had this really huge yard. So just we're hanging out, doing what high school kids do in a front yard, playing hacky sack, and this convoy of cars rolls in, and all these big football player dudes get out, and they're just like, who's talking crap about our school's football program? And we're just like, what? And so we all kind of squared up and I remember at one point 2 guys were duking it out. We all agreed, like, okay, you know what, these 2 guys have beef, let's let them have the fair one. They start duking it out. A cop comes rolling up with his lights on. We all scatter. And as I'm running, I'm looking to my left and to my right, and I see only people from the other school. And I was like, oh, crap. And so I just stopped in my tracks, what covered my ass, I guess you could say, ran back and saw all my buddies. We were all just standing there talking to the cop because it turns out he was the local cop. He knew the kid whose house it was, so he was being extremely cool about the whole thing. That was before all the shooting business happened. So at that point, it was just like, some school rivalry turned into maybe what could have become a rumble. And then days later, no thank you, ma'am.
Wow.
Yeah.
Moulton's got stories. He's been part of true crime. Have you guys been part of true crime? I was
like a satellite character in this whole thing. I never got brought to court, I'm very happy to say.
Oh, that's good. Wow, Kaiser just said, I got something to tell you. I was in the mental hospital, had a panic attack, almost killed somebody.
Oh my gosh, Kaiser.
That's true.
I'm glad you made it through that.
I hope you got some meds so you don't panic and murder. You know what I mean?
I hope it was only. I hope.
I haven't watched the new Jim Carrey show. Kidding. What did you say, Mom?
I watched. Oh, I was just saying. I hope for Kaiser's sake that when he says almost, he means he just really felt like doing it, but didn't actually get violent.
Right.
I hope
right.
That's the case.
I have never murdered anyone. I have had a panic attack one time.
Yeah.
It wasn't too intense, but now I know what they mean when they're like, "I'm gonna die," and it was crazy. You really do think you're gonna die when you have a panic attack. It's terrifying.
My gosh.
And what was I gonna say? I have not watched a Jim Carrey show called Kidding, but I'm gonna watch it. I've been watching Jim Carrey. I've been watching Ozark and Jack Ryan, as well as Castle Rock, which is terrifying.
Good.
Yeah.
I just finished Castle Rock.
Oh, you did on episode 2. It's really good. The first I have watched on Hulu, where I'm like, what? Sean Penn's on Hulu.
Oh, the show is called The First?
The show's called The First, about going into space, the first mission to Mars is what it's about, guys. Radical. Yeah. I mean, Sean Penn, he's in amazing shape. Let's just say that. It's like, okay, wow, Sean, and he looks pretty good. I mean, he's like 60? Running, doing weights. I don't know.
He might be 60.
He might be 60. Really good. Where I'm like, wow, okay.
Fast Times was almost 40 years ago.
Yeah, Investigation Discovery. Yeah, Investigation Discovery. I think I was on Investigation Discovery. If you look up my IMDb, you'll see an episode on there, Patrick, where I reenacted. I don't remember her name, but on one of those.
Radical.
Yeah. Anyway, guys. What else, Molten? Let's see. We talk true crime. We talk Dr. Death. You guys gotta listen to that podcast. It's so amazing.
Well, to give you one more tidbit about true crime.
Yeah.
I very quickly binged season 2 of American Vandal on Netflix. Do you watch that show?
I don't. Is it good?
You must. It is that lands all the true crime documentaries. And it is based on these 2 kids from a high school AV club who are trying to find out the truth about who spray painted 27 dicks on teachers' cars at their school. And it is hilarious. And so now season 2, also as hilarious, starts off with a much more disgusting prank, but then it gets back to being just disgusting real quick. And it's American Vandal.
American Vandal.
All the cool kids are talking about it.
We'll watch it. Last time on my first podcast with Randy, we talked about something we could invent that would help people.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm just thinking about that now. My idea last week was to invent a bag of chips, but it has a napkin inside of it. So there's an extra lining. You got a paper towel or a napkin in there, so when you open the bag of chips, Cheetos, all that, there's already a wipe there for you, right? So which is like $1 million idea. Now, is there anything you think you'd want to invent, Molten, to help the world?
Well, there's a big difference between what I want to invent and what I have anything resembling the skills to invent. Yeah. I mean, who doesn't want to be the guy who really cracks the code on called pneumatic tubes that just help people travel everywhere without cars. Just get in a pneumatic tube, get sucked to your destination like in Futurama.
Oh, the magnet tunnels.
Sort of. The magnet however they manage to work it. Basically,
you want to be part of that. That's already invented. You got to invent something new.
But it clearly doesn't work all that well yet.
I'm saying you heard that idea. You didn't make it up.
All right. Well, then I want to invent.
You got to think. I'll give you time.
Healthy, flawless teleportation.
Wow, this is good.
That'd be the best.
Okay, sure. Yeah, teleport. Where would you go? What year?
Well, teleportation is.
Where would you go? Sorry, location.
Well, everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, save money on traveling home for the holidays.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. Teleport.
Second of all, if I could just teleport to London or Hong Kong or
that'd be fun.
Perth Copenhagen anytime I wanted to.
Yeah, I have
Tokyo?
Ireland and like London, but that was when I was in high school, so it doesn't work. It doesn't
wow.
count.
Why doesn't it count?
I mean,
counts.
it so long ago.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys can tell us if there's a place that's amazing. I want to go to Mexico because I hear the water's warm, and I like crab, and apparently they serve that a lot there.
Crab dishes?
Crab, just straight up crab. You just
Wow.
crab in Mexico, I guess.
I like it.
Which I'm into, and I didn't know that. So I need to get over there, get some crab, get in the warm water. I'm all about it.
Yeah, I mean, we could technically drive to Mexico.
It's true,
There's
but
a
like
whole lot of waiting to be done at the gate
the border
down there.
Yeah, I think I'd rather fly and then not deal with the craziness.
Very good point.
Right?
Very good point.
Yeah, I got good points.
What? Fly to
points here all day long, you guys.
fly to what? Cabo? Is that the place to be?
I guess. I don't know.
Maybe I'm trying to think of where my friends went on their honeymoon.
Everybody goes to St. Lucia, I think.
St. Lucia, all right.
Yeah, I think that's like an island. Nobody knows. Obviously, I'm not putting a whole lot of thought into it because I don't really care about traveling, more about my career and my idiot army. I'm just here slaving away making YouTube videos for you guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know what I still haven't done in all my years in Los Angeles? I haven't gone down, hopped on the boat, taken a day over at Catalina Island.
Ooh, Catalina Island's so fun over
You
here.
been there?
Yeah.
The last person in LA to not go to Catalina
They
Island.
got zip lines, terrifying.
Whoa.
Way up high. I thought one lady, okay, one mom
Yeah.
had a panic attack up there, couldn't go.
Oh my gosh.
She started, and this is how every time she would, finally, she caught and it's safe, because they do these checks on you, because everyone's afraid that they're going to like come off the zip line, because you're basically thousands of feet up. It's crazy. Yeah.
I would expect maybe 100 plus, but not thousands.
You're about 1,000 feet up.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's very high, and you're in a deep. You can see the valley all the way below, and then you look out, and you're like way above the ocean. It's a crazy thing. It's in between these huge mountains.
Wow.
And it's scary.
Yeah.
But this lady, every time she would let go of it, she'd go, ah, 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 and the zip line is the first one is about 120 feet long across.
Wow.
And then the next one is about 100, and then the next one is like 80, and then it's like 40, gets smaller and smaller as you go.
Okay.
Every time, and she'd be like, and she would like dip down and then go on her butt, because you're supposed to just step off. Yeah. And then you go. She would like sit on her butt, and you would kind of have the guy be like, it's fine, you know, you're gonna be fine, just like go.
Yeah.
And so, but when you sit down and you don't step off, you don't go across as fast.
Oh.
So she got stuck in the middle of one line one time.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. And it was crazy. And the guy had to come, the other guy on the other side. There's always two at one time. There's always one guy on one side and another guy on the other. So he had to go zip line all the way back over.
Oh my God.
And then pull her back.
Oh.
That's what he has to do. And they're very strong. Every single one of them.
That's good.
It took him, because I think he's done it a lot. It probably took him, I don't know, like 7 minutes.
Oh wow, that's good.
They are like super strong up
That's
in there.
Good to know.
Yeah.
I would have expected that job to take a lot longer.
Yep. It was crazy. But mostly what I remember is the whole entire time. She didn't stop. It was crazy.
Sounded like me the first time on California Screaming.
Oh yeah. What's your favorite ride at Disneyland, Molten? California Adventure. Tell them your favorite ride at Disneyland.
Obviously, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. If you follow me on Instagram at Big Steve Moulton, you'll see some Big Thunder Mountain Railroad pics here and there.
That's right.
I love it so much.
What about California Adventure?
Probably, Radiator Springs Racers, but I'm really coming around on California Screaming now, which is now the Incredicoaster.
The Incredicoaster, The Incredibles. It's so cool, you guys. If you love the movie The Incredibles, which who doesn't? If you haven't seen it, go stop what you're doing and watch
check it out.
It's amazing. But they redid the roller coaster with all the incredible stuff in there. It's so cool. You see the characters even as you're going through like tunnels.
Yeah.
Right? And they're Incredibles happening up there, up above you. It's amazing.
And then there's like a story that you're listening to as you go along.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun.
It's amazing. It's so much better than it was before.
It was great before. But now they figured out how to make great better.
It's true.
And I respect it.
We respect it. Okay, so you got to tell the people what's your favorite karaoke song? Just ask that question.
Oh, wow.
That's hard. I go in between Hot Blooded and Old Time Rock and Roll. Those are my two go-tos.
Nice.
Tell them what your go-tos are.
Well, my showstopper is, if I get drunk enough, I'll do Somebody to Love by Queen.
Yep, that's a good one.
Usually, if I'm just like warming up the night, I'll either Jerry by Steve Perry or Blaze of Glory by John Bon Jovi.
Oh, wow.
I almost said John Bon Jovi. Blaze of Glory by John Bon Jovi. But, yeah, I don't know if I have a favorite. I mean, Somebody to Love would probably be my favorite. It's very hard to sing, and people tend to love it.
Patrick Stewart tweeting working on a new Jean-Luc Picard Star Trek series. Wow, that's awesome. Patrick's so cool. I've seen him on Top Gear before, and he owns so many Jaguars.
Whoa,
and he talks like this, and he's like, my Jaguar. Yeah, he's just cool. He's bald and cool, and he has Jaguars. He loves them.
Does he pronounce it Jaguar?
Yes.
Silly.
Jaguar. Silly. Yeah, you're right. Top Gear, though, that's a fun show. If you guys like cars and fast stuff, which I do, Top Gear. That's a good show.
I like
Star Trek. I haven't watched a ton of them, but since we were talking about Dr. Death podcast earlier, there's another podcast that I listen to almost every night. It's called Sleep With Me, the podcast. Oh. It's where a guy tells bedtime stories to you to help you sleep.
So it's not filthy.
No, it is not. Even though it sounds like that, it's not at all. It's very low key, and he just tells bedtime stories. But one of his thing that he does, he will recap Star Trek episodes and just tell you character by character and like the things that they said and recap a whole entire episode.
Yeah.
I don't ever make it through an episode because the whole point is that he's putting you to sleep. He talks like, well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Sleep With Me, the podcast where I put you to sleep.
That's great.
He's great, guys. Dr. Death, you need to get on that train if you're just joining us now. Cool, such a good, terrifying podcast. But Sleep With Me, the podcast, well, if you have sleeping problems, no joke, but you have to give it a couple of tries. Oh. You have to listen to it 2 or 3 times because in the beginning, some people get annoyed. They're like, I don't know if I like this guy. He might be a little annoying. His voice or whatever. He's great. He's hilarious. It's so good. And if you guys love Star Trek, because some of you guys are in here being like, I love Star Trek, go listen to a Star Trek series. He covers episodes, and he's so funny.
That's great.
You guys will love it. You'll be on board with it. I can do this. Can you guys do that? I can do it. You can do it too. Some people can't do that. They have like a thing where they can't do the, I don't know.
Lobster boy.
Maybe I'm like double jointed or.
Lobster. If you ever want some true crime horror in your head, listen to the Lobster Boy murders.
Oh boy.
Podcast on the
left. Good Lord.
He was a bad guy.
I'm telling you, there's a lot of murders out there. And because I was watching a lot of, I've been listening to a lot of like Dr. Death, but I've also been listening to another podcast called Sword and Scale about murderers and just crazy people that their tagline is that we tell stories about monsters, and the fact of the matter is that monsters are real, is what they say.
And they're humans.
Yeah, and it's so scary, but today I heard a weird noise. And I popped out of bed, and I was ready to murder. Like, I'm not joking. I took my sleeping mask.
Oh, okay.
It's like heavy. It's not a mask. It's like a kind of like a towel thing, but it's an aromatherapy beanbag where you put it over your head. Oh. Whatever. Took it off. I threw it. Oh my God! It just made the weirdest sound. Do you guys hear that? It sounded like I farted with my mouth as I was saying through. So that was fun. I threw the mask at the door. I'm not joking. It happened in 2 seconds, and then I was gonna go for my door right here. I was ready. I was like, dude, anybody tries to come in, and then I just started laughing because I was like, wow, this podcast it's made me crazy, and I'm super aware of just like everything and noises now. Man, the monsters are real.
But
I'm talking about people. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Or occasionally a shark or a bear.
Like they're freaking humans, which is so crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot of awful people throughout history. industry who have done really awful things.
Yeah.
And now there's podcasts about almost all of them.
About all of them, man. I'm obsessed with podcasts. They make my time when I'm in the car traffic go by so much faster.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Much faster than music. I go in between either I'll listen to Spotify a lot or I'll listen to podcasts. Right now, it's all about Sword and Scale because it's Halloween time.
Right.
Halloween, I mean, it's going to be, I don't even know what, I think it's the 25th today, so we got 5 more days plus 31. So 37 days till Halloween.
Days till Halloween.
Do you know what you're going to be for Halloween, Moulton?
Halloween. I don't know what I'm going to be for Halloween. Drunk? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything planned out.
Me neither.
I usually just do something that can be captured by just putting on a t-shirt.
Right. This is good. I like it. Let's see. I saw Pierre in here was saying something about Star Trek. I think you guys are Trekkies, which I love it. See you later, Della. Thanks for joining. Maria Wilson was on an episode of Big Hero 6, the series last week. That's cool. I don't watch that show, but I wonder if it might be fun. That's awesome. I love Star Trek TNG. Yeah, Pierre, a lot of people love that. Who's your favorite Looney Tune? Patrick asked that. I don't know. Looney Tunes I haven't watched in a really long time.
Wow.
My favorite Looney Tune. Who's the guy that comes out at the end that's like Looney Tune thing?
Oh, Porky Pig when he does.
Yeah.
That's all, folks.
Oh yeah, he's not my favorite.
Porky Pig's pretty adorable.
He's not my favorite. I thought I don't
favorite
remember. Honestly, I don't remember Looney Tunes really.
Let's run them down real quick.
What about Roadrunner? Oh yeah, run them down.
Roadrunner. There you go. Versus Coyote. You got Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Tasmanian Devil, Porky Pig, Elmer Fudd, Tweety Bird, Sylvester.
You know them.
Pepe Le Pew.
Oh, yeah.
Foghorn Leghorn.
Wow.
Michigan J. Frog.
Okay.
The Big Bulldog that was very often going up against Foghorn Leghorn because he would mess with the Bulldog's puppy.
Right.
I'm sure there are more.
Oh my gosh, you know all of them, so you got to pick one. I think mine would be Tweety Bird or like the Pepe Le Pew. He was kind of funny. But Tweety Bird and the cat, that was fun.
Pepe Le Pew is not very popular these days.
It's not.
He was a very forceful guy.
Yeah, he's kind of a jerk. I think the reason I said him is because somebody made a comedic video about how he was, not good with the ladies.
Right. He thought he was great with them.
He thought he was, but he was terrible.
But he was really just wearing them down.
He's wearing them down. Pepe Le Pew. He was Le Pew. So what's your favorite Looney Tune, Moulton?
Probably.
Did you already say that?
No, probably Sylvester the Cat.
Okay.
Probably.
Yeah, I like him. He's cool.
Because I like cats a lot.
Yeah.
And, he's a funny cat.
Tell us your top 3 TV shows that you're watching right now that you'd recommend to these guys listening to this podcast.
Wow. All right. Definitely American Vandal.
Great. American Vandal.
Netflix. I'm also into Maniac, also new on Netflix with Jonah Hill and Emma Stone.
It's brand new. It just dropped, I think, yesterday. So good for you for watching it.
Just dropped. I binged a whole lot of it yesterday. Definitely Better Call Saul. And I'm going to throw in a 4th one and say, definitely Castle Rock, yo.
Castle Rock is great. My top 3 shows, it's hard, guys, because just an FYI, I will be on AfterBuzz TV this Wednesday starting at 7 o'clock. I'll be covering Jack Ryan, the Amazon Prime series, and then at 8 o'clock I cover the Ozark on Netflix. So I have to watch those shows, and I have a lot of time because I'm making you guys YouTube videos most of the time. But those are 2 great shows. I have enjoyed those. Season 2 of Ozark is really fun. Fun to see Michael, what's his last name? God, I'm blanking. Anyway, Jim from The Office, he in a totally different role. Also, he got super fit. It's a fun show.
Fit Jim.
And Castle Rock, I'm only in episode 2, but I would recommend it. I forget, what's another show that I was like binge watching that I loved? Man, I'm having a hard time at it right now.
Maybe.
But I recently went back and rewatched some of The Office, which was fun. Superstore is a great show, but I haven't kept up the latest season of that show.
What about Better Call Saul?
Better Call Saul is a great show. I canceled my HBO after Game of Thrones, so I think I would be normally naming a lot of HBO shows right now, but I canceled it because I was like, it's too expensive. I don't want to pay for it.
Barry with Bill Hader. Especially if you're an actor, that's
right.
A must-watch. That
Everybody
show is
tells
so
me I
hilarious.
gotta watch that, so I gotta get HBO and watch Barry.
Yeah, and if you haven't watched Veep, watch.
Veep is so good.
Veep.
It's so good. I love Veep.
They're filming season 6 right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, really? Okay, good.
So.
I'm glad Julia Louis-Dreyfus is back and she's still doing it because that's a great show.
Yeah.
Okay, top 3 movies, and then we'll end this bad boy, you
of
guys.
all time, or just like out now, or out this year?
Maybe out this year. Maybe let's keep it relevant.
Well, that's tough.
That is tough.
Well, can I cheat just a tiny bit?
Yeah, you can cheat. Like maybe in the last like 2 years or something.
I just saw a really good movie a couple nights ago. I was staying up late, enjoying my new television, and there's a movie from 2017 on Netflix called Sandcastle. It's got Nicholas Hoult, Henry Cavill, or Cavill, depending on how you pronounce it, Logan Marshall Green, about a bunch of guys in Iraq just after 9/11, and they are tasked with helping to rebuild a destroyed water processing station to try to get water back to everybody living in the desert. It's a war movie. There's some sad stuff going on. There is a helicopter scene in that movie that is insane, and by that I mean insanely well done. And I had to post about it on Instagram and be like, how are we not talking about that scene? Sandcastle, it's on Netflix. It's only a year old. Check it out.
What's your Instagram handle so they can see that picture?
At Big Steve Moulton.
Right, that's at Big Steve Moulton. And MOULTON. You got it. You guys can look him up. Somebody said theirs for 2018 was Uncle Drew, Deadpool 2, and Black Panther. I haven't seen Uncle Drew. I'll have to check that out. Deadpool 2 and Black Panther are solid choices, Pierre.
Yeah.
Do you have 2 other ones? I'm trying to think. I would, Deadpool 2 was a lot of fun for me as well. Shape of Water was not 2018. I know that. That was last year. So was It. That was like last year. That was a lot of fun. That latest one.
Yeah.
Having trouble remembering like movies that I walked out of that I was like, wow.
Oh, I've never pulled a walkout. Or you mean you
so
walked out
great.
after they were over?
No, I mean I'm having trouble remembering that me walking out of a movie after it was over and going like, wow, that was so good.
Yeah. Well, we saw Molly's Game together many months ago.
Molly's Game
damn well done movie.
Was good, but that was also that was a couple of years ago. That was a great movie.
No, that was maybe this past winter. That was years ago.
Okay, a year ago.
I like where your head's at, though. I always also feel like everything is just...
It's a long time ago. What are our last words here, Moulton?
Oh, we're done already? That was so fast.
I know. It's a quick one.
Well, I mean, you probably saw this coming. I'll just remind everybody to be excellent to each other.
Yeah, that's Steve Moulton's hashtag, along with Born to Party a Lot.
Yeah, party a lot. And party could be just hanging out by yourself and just catching up on some you time, you know? That can be a party. I don't want to steal from Andrew WK's ideal, but I do agree with a lot of what he says about partying.
Be excellent to each other. Spread hugs, love, and laughter. That's my hashtag. I love you, idiot army. Thanks for joining us. I'm glad I got to say hi. And I will see you on the next one. Bye. We're still live, but, you know, I can't end it from over here.
Well, then I'll say thanks for having me on, T.
Yeah, Moulton.